A pizza puzzle. Marco, Alessia, and Enzo are hungry in Florence, Italy. They decide to share a single pizza. However, they have different preferences. Our friends have 5 choices for the toppings: basil, cheese, mushrooms, olives, and tomatoes. Here are the clues. Alessia wants mushrooms. Also, she wants either basil or tomatoes. Marco wants mushrooms or olives, or both, but definitely no tomatoes. Finally, Enzo wants cheese or olives, and he insists that a good pizza should have at most 3 toppings. Cook a perfect pizza for the 3 friends. Hello, mentors. So this is part 1 from meeting 1, a pizza puzzle. So this is a short puzzle just to get kids, your students, into logical puzzles involving ingredients, and later on they'll do more complicated things. Let's take a look at possible solutions. So the first thing to notice is that actually the order in which students tackle the clues they read and process does not really matter. They want to satisfy all 3 clues, so the order will be irrelevant. Let's suppose, for example, that they start with a second clue because they like just to rule out tomatoes, right? It's one of the clues that says no this ingredient. So they just remove it, and that makes life simpler in their opinions. So let's see. Marco wants mushrooms or olives or both, but no tomatoes. So they could make a diagram like this, just crossing out the T, so the word for tomato, and then maybe writing M and O together and say at least one, right? So it could be both potentially. So that's the first clue. So we have a partial pizza that we know that it has at least one of these 2 ingredients, and for sure no tomatoes. They can read another clue, for example, this one. Alessia wants mushrooms, and she wants either basil or tomatoes. So since we said no tomatoes, then she must pick basil, right? Because it's either basil or tomatoes, but we have no tomatoes, so must be basil. So we must put basil. She also wanted mushrooms, so we also need to put mushrooms. Notice that now Marco is happy because Marco wanted either mushrooms or olives or both. So he's happy up to this point. Doesn't mean right now that we cannot put olives. Maybe we could or we could not. So let's take a look. Let's keep going. But at least this is a perfect pizza for the first 2 clues. Final clue, Enzo. He wants cheese or olives and no more than 3 toppings. So we will have 2 options: putting cheese and no olives, right? Because we cannot go past 4, or putting just olives and no cheese, right? So we cannot put both. So here's a possible solution, BMC, and the other possible solution, BMO. Let's make sure that they work by reading the clue again quickly. First clue, M or O. That's good, we have M, and no T, that's good. Second clue, M, and B or T, that's good, we have B. And final clue, C or O, that's good, we have C. And no more than 3 ingredients, that's good. It'll be the same for this solution. So bear in mind that if mentors or if students only find one solution, you can ask them if there's another solution, and they'll probably be able to understand why there's 2 solutions. They're very symmetrical, right? Very similar. They all have B, M, and then a third ingredient, either C or O. So hopefully that helps, and then you can move on to the next part, which we'll be also covering in the video. Have fun.